This is Treasure and Kodak, and congratulations, our baby girl is actually pregnant with a puppy Frenchie. So I have two Frenchies. My mom has one, and I have one, and we mated them together. Now I created this video because I was trying to figure out exactly what happens and what you need before a C-section, and like what's the steps of when your baby Frenchie is pregnant. So this is us the day of the surgery, December the 1st. The nurse that was there actually had squeezed Treasure nipples to make sure she was producing milk, and they also wanted to check to see like how many babies that they were dealing with. As you can see, Treasure is a little bit fussy. She was very aggressive every time we had to pin her down. It took me to calm her down, my mom to hold her, and the lady to actually hold her leg. So the ultrasound actually took place on the floor on this cushion pillow, and just like a woman's ultrasound, they add the gel and they put the ultrasound machine next to her. While we were looking at the ultrasound, we did notice that it was just one baby in there. We actually made it Treasure on her second heat, and we actually caught her levels very late. So we actually took a chance to decide to just go ahead and do the procedure anyway. So this is Treasure in the process of becoming sedated. Now, as her mom, it was very difficult for me to watch my baby go through something like this. I don't know if it's because I have a weak stomach or because it was just foreign to me. Now, while we're at the place, she was prepped for surgery. They went ahead and added everything that it needs to add as far as any medicines and any other sedations, and made sure they cleaned the area and so forth. I'm not going to go into the actual surgery where they was cutting her. I'll save that for another time. So this is her before the babies was actually born. And what I love about this veterinarian is that they allow you to stay there the entire time to watch the babies, to watch your dog give birth to the babies, which is actually a phenomenal, and I love that about this actual veterinarian. So after the surgery, my mom carried Treasure to her wagon, and Treasure was still out of it. Make sure you have plenty of towels and pee-pee pads because there is going to be blood leakage out of their vagina area. She was stitched up very well. As you all know, she did have a C-section, so she was stitched up. So this is her just, trying to figure out exactly what is going on. Like, hold on, I went in here feeling some type of way, and I'm coming out feeling another type of way. I'm actually holding the baby inside of a box. We had a bigger box in the car, but we didn't know exactly how many we would have. But this is our baby Junior. So this is the product of Treasure and Kodak. So this is them, and we're just headed home on the way. So I was headed home. I actually was rubbing on him, and it was just like in awe, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe like we had brought a baby home. Like, who would have known? So this is us, me and my family. This is us with the Whelping box. My mom actually created this. She found a TikTok video to where they used a pool noodle, a little kiddie pool, a pool noodle, and you just add the blankets and also the puppy pee-pee pads. Now, please don't come on here and say it should have been ready before Treasure came home. Treasure was introduced to it that day. That was our preference on how we wanted to introduce her to her whelping area. Right here, you see there is blood like all over the place because Treasure, was bleeding out. Treasure still couldn't really understand exactly what was going on because she was still, under the medicine and the anesthesia and stuff. So she really didn't know what was going on. So make sure you have blankets, towels, wipes, and stuff everywhere. My mom was actually trying to wipe her down so she can get comfortable. She barely allowed my mom to touch her. She was just really like not feeling it. But as you guys can see, just make sure you have, everything that you need to make sure the area is clean and to make sure that it's comfortable for her. So I am here trying to say, come on, Treasure, come inside the box, come inside the box. I'm actually sitting my big behind inside of the box, and my mama is a clean freak, so she's really just trying to make sure Treasure is clean and she's not tracking too much on her floor. So as you guys can see, she really was resisting coming inside the puppy box, even though I was inside of it with her. She really was resisting it. And as you guys can see, she was snapping like she wanted to bite my mom. Like I stated, with the medicine, it was just awful. Now this is her actually meeting her baby for the first time, and as I told you guys, I'm actually in the whooping box. So it's like, look, this is your baby. I need you to feed her. But Treasure was not allowing us to feed the baby. So for about the first 3 feedings, we actually had purchased a bottle, and this was some milk, and we just took turns feeding. Remember, you have to feed the babies every 2 hours. We made sure the babies was warm, and while the baby was outside of, like, from underneath the heat lamp, we did make sure the baby was covered. In addition, you have to make sure you stimulate for a bowel movement, so you have to make sure you have a warm rag or a warm little cotton ball, and you just put it underneath them, and if you flip them over, you just like rub it against like where they can urine, and you have to make sure you do that every time they eat. Well, this is Mr. Junior, all happy and fed, and I am so excited about this journey.